Hello everybody, and it is my great pleasure to bring you the 2021 DDNet Game of the Year Awards. We're going to be announcing one per day over much of this month, celebrating the very best and brightest of the video game industry through the year, and it has been an absolutely incredible year indeed. There has almost not been a single week that has gone by without a game that is worth talking about, and we have almost 50 games to award across all of our categories this year, just showing just how much variety and quality and depth there has been in what developers and publishers have been able to put out through very difficult situations. This year we will be giving away 4 awards per category, 2 bronze, 1 silver and 1 gold. It should go without saying which is the top award, that being the gold of course, but don't overlook the others. These are all excellent games that you're going to see over the course of these awards, and we highly recommend that you try each and every single one of them. So with all of that, sit back, relax and enjoy, and allow us to bring you the very best that 2021 has given us. The first bronze medal in Publisher of the Year goes to Idea Factory International. For such a tiny outfit, Idea Factory has always punched well above its weight in terms of both quality and quantity of releases, and Idea Factory International does the same thing with its Western game releases and localizations. From a number of Nintendo Switch ports of an excellent range of JRPGs to a couple of new Neptunia titles on the PlayStation, and even dabbling in the Otome visual novels with the incredible Cupid Parasite, Idea Factory International's output this year has been eclectic, vibrant, and consistently entertaining. There has always been a question mark hanging over this company in terms of what would happen if Neptunia lost steam, given that it is its marquee series. But thankfully that doesn't seem to be happening, for one thing, because 2022 brings us the Neptunia Sisters title, which is already looking like a delight. But above and beyond that, the company has also done a remarkable job of diversifying its output in recent years, and we do look forward to seeing that continue into 2022. The second bronze medal goes to Square Enix. It was looking like a relatively mild year for Square Enix this year. Bringing Yuffie to Final Fantasy VII Remake was certainly a good thing, and there was Bravely Default 2 as well, although in Australia that was published by Nintendo, as well as a couple of releases from Western studios which seemed to go down pretty well with the fans. There are also a couple of remasters of classic beloved PlayStation 1 titles that certainly helped to tide the fans of the Japanese side of Square Enix over. But it was really the back half of the year where things started to pick up for the company, and Square Enix reminded us at that point that as far as big AAA publishers go, they are the one with the most creative soul. For a start, they backed Yoko Taro's Wild Ideas with the Voice of Cards release, and that was excellent. And then they follow that up with Dungeon Encounters, which may have been released just a month after it was announced, but it delighted us in every way as one of the nicest surprises of 2021. With the likes of Chocobo Racer and Triangle Strategy on the way next year, we're quite comfortable with the prediction that Square Enix will land on this list again next year. The silver medal for Best Publisher goes to Nintendo. When the success of one of history's best-selling consoles of all time comes down to how well you support it, then the pressure is always on to have an amazing year one year after another. And Nintendo has certainly delivered in 2021, as it typically does. It wasn't without controversy. The N64 classics on the Nintendo Switch may have not worked as well as Nintendo might have liked them, though we personally love them at digitallydownloaded.net, but the rest of the lineup has been impeccable. Metroid Dread, Skyward Sword, Game Builder Garage, Famicom Detective Club, Pokemon Snap, and plenty more besides demonstrates that Nintendo hasn't lost its creative spark or its willingness to do things differently by any means. What's perhaps most incredible, however, is that it has achieved this in 2021 in what is a relatively muted year by Nintendo's standards, because we haven't had any new games from its A-list backing it. Looking at what Nintendo has planned for 2022, we have a new Pokemon title, the biggest Kirby that we've seen to date, a new Splatoon, Zelda Breath of the Wild is scheduled for a 2022 release, as well as Bayonetta 3, and we struggle to imagine that the Switch's momentum is going to ease off anytime soon when it has a lineup like that. Gold medal for Publisher of the Year goes to Koei Tecmo. Koei Tecmo had a rare year for a publisher. Its lineup of releases was so good that it is genuinely possible to forget what games came out of it in the first half of the year. Koei Tecmo kicked things off in 2021 with a new Atelier game, and it takes so much for us to have nearly forgotten that an Atelier game came out this year, but we've had so much else from the company. There was a remake of a beloved Project Zero game released. There was Romance of the Three Kingdoms on Nintendo Switch, an all-new Samurai Warriors, and the absolutely spectacular Blue Reflection Second Light, a game that we did not know even existed at the start of the year, which just goes to show how effective Koei Tecmo has been in keeping our attention firmly placed on it right from the start of the year. Koei Tecmo wrapped things up this year with the relatively niche release of Monster Monster Rancher Collection, but with Monster Rancher being so beloved itself, that this was a distinctly second-tier release for the company just goes to show how well it has performed this year in bringing us a seemingly endless supply of things to play. It will be a tough year for Koei Tecmo to follow up in 2022, but if any publisher can do it, we think it is this one.